On a legendary European night at Anfield, where the air itself feels charged with history and expectation, Liverpool FC delivered a comeback that will be talked about for years. A night that began with tension, doubt, and pressure, but ended in pure domination, emotion, and unforgettable drama. Because coming into this second leg against Galatasaray SK, Liverpool were trailing 1-0 from the first leg in Istanbul, a result that had left fans anxious and critics questioning whether this team had the cutting edge required to go deep in the UEC Champions League. And as the players walked out onto the pitch, the roar of the crowd was not just loud, it was defiant. It was a message, a warning, and a promise all at once. Because Anfield on a Champions League night is not just a stadium, it is an experience, it is pressure, it is belief. And from the very first whistle, Liverpool played like a team that refused to let their European dream slip away. Pressing high, moving the ball quickly, suffocating Galatasaray with relentless intensity. And you could immediately see the difference in energy, the urgency in every pass, the determination in every tackle, the hunger in every run. And it did not take long before the breakthrough came, with Szoboszlai stepping up in a moment that ignited the entire stadium, striking the ball with precision and power to level the tie on aggregate, sending the crowd into absolute chaos. And from that moment on, you could feel the momentum shift completely. Galatasaray, who had come into the game with confidence, suddenly looked overwhelmed, their composure shaken, their structure beginning to crumble under the relentless pressure. And Liverpool sensed it. They smelled the opportunity, and they went for it with everything they had. Wave after wave of attack crashing forward, the midfield controlling the tempo, the defense holding a strong line, and the attack constantly probing for weaknesses. And soon enough, the second goal arrived, with Ekitike finding the back of the net with a clinical finish that sent Anfield into another eruption of noise. And now Liverpool were not just back in the tie, they were leading it, turning the entire narrative upside down in a matter of minutes. And as the first half progressed, Galatasaray tried to respond. They attempted to regain control, but every time they pushed forward, Liverpool were there to shut them down, to win the ball back, to launch another attack. And it became clear that this was no longer a balanced contest. This was Liverpool imposing their will on the game, dictating every aspect. And as the second half began, the intensity did not drop. If anything, it increased even further. Liverpool came out with even more determination, even more aggression, and they continued to push Galatasaray deeper and deeper into their own half, forcing mistakes, creating chances, and completely dominating possession. And then came the third goal, the moment that truly broke Galatasaray's resistance, as Gravenberch unleashed a powerful strike that left the goalkeeper helpless. And at that point, you could see it in the body language of the players. Liverpool were flying, full of confidence and belief, while Galatasaray looked defeated, unable to cope with the pace and intensity of the game. And yet, Liverpool were not done, because on a night like this, there had to be a moment for the king, a moment for Mohamed Salah, who once again proved why he is one of the greatest players in the world, stepping up to score a goal that not only sealed the victory, but also marked another incredible milestone in his Champions League career. And as he celebrated in front of the roaring crowd, it felt like the perfect ending to a perfect night. A moment of brilliance that summed up everything about Liverpool's performance. And when the final whistle blew, confirming a 4-0 victory on the night and a 4-1 aggregate triumph, the celebrations were unforgettable. Players embracing, fans singing, the entire stadium united in joy and pride. Because this was more than just a win. This was a statement, a reminder to the rest of Europe that Liverpool are a force to be reckoned with, a team capable of turning adversity into triumph, a team that thrives under pressure, and a team that knows how to deliver when it matters most. And as the journey continues into the quarterfinals, one thing is certain: no opponent will take Liverpool lightly again, because this night at Anfield proved that no matter the situation, no matter the odds, Liverpool have the heart, the quality, and the belief to rise above it all and create something truly special, something unforgettable. something that defines what the Champions League is all about: drama, passion, and moments that live forever. After that unforgettable comeback night at Anfield, Liverpool FC now shift their full focus to a massive UEFA Champions League quarter-final clash against Paris Saint-Germain. And this matchup is still one of the biggest in Europe, even without Mbappe, because PSG remain a dangerous, fast, and technically gifted side, with multiple match winners who can hurt any team on their day. The first leg is expected to take place in Paris at the Parc des Princes, where Liverpool will face a tough and hostile atmosphere. And this is where the real test begins, because PSG at home are always aggressive, confident, and quick in transition. Players like Ousmane Dembele bring incredible pace and unpredictability on the wings, capable of breaking defensive lines with a single dribble, while Achraf Hakimi provides constant attacking support from the right side with overlapping runs and dangerous crosses. And in midfield, Vitinha plays a key role in controlling possession and dictating the tempo, meaning Liverpool will need to stay compact, disciplined, and fully focused throughout the game to avoid giving PSG any space to exploit. But at the same time, Liverpool are not a team that sits back. They will look to press high, win the ball quickly, and attack with intensity, just like they did against Galatasaray. And this is where their confidence becomes a huge factor, because after scoring 4 goals in such a dominant performance, the belief inside the squad is at its peak. Players like Szoboszlai and Gravenberch will once again be crucial in midfield battles, helping Liverpool control transitions and create chances, while Mohamed Salah will be the main threat in attack, looking to use his experience, movement, and finishing ability to make the difference in big moments. And if Liverpool can get a strong result in Paris, even a narrow win or a draw with goals, it will give them a massive advantage heading into the second leg back at Anfield, where the atmosphere can completely change the outcome of a tie, because we have already seen what Liverpool are capable of under those lights, turning pressure into power and energy into goals, and PSG will have to deal with that intensity when they travel to England. Tactically, this tie is going to be very interesting, because Liverpool's high pressing system will go head-to-head with PSG's quick passing and counter-attacking style, meaning the midfield battle and defensive organization will be key, and small details like finishing chances, avoiding mistakes, and staying focused for the full 90 minutes will decide who comes out on top. And as the match approaches, excitement is building across the football world, because this is exactly the kind of clash fans love to watch. 2 attacking teams, 2 different styles, and everything on the line. And for Liverpool, this is more than just another game. It is a chance to prove that their comeback against Galatasaray was not just a one-time performance, but a sign of something bigger, a team ready to challenge the best and fight for the Champions League trophy. And if they can overcome PSG, it will send a strong message to the rest of Europe that Liverpool are serious contenders and ready to go all the way.